Welcome to Tina's Tarot Readings. For today's pick a card question, we have what message holds the sign I'm needing right now. So if you're looking for a sign, this is your video. We're going to use Rebels or Sacred Rebels Oracles deck and my ETA Oracles deck to answer both questions. So they're going to be the two decks that I'm going to use regardless of which question you choose. So my group ones are going to be this beautiful goddess of the ocean, and for my group twos it's going to be this beautiful fiery hunter. Whichever is your decision, take your time, pause the video if you need it, and you can probably choose both questions and just listen to the whole video. It's up to you. Either way, I'll see you in my next option. Thank you guys. Welcome to my group ones. This is Tina's Tarot Readings. You chose the water goddess. So let's see what the message holding a sign for you says today. The first thing I'm going to use is my ETA Oracle from Kickstarter. I really like it. What they did is they chose different Canadian artists and they made a deck, an oracle deck, called the Crown ETA deck. The first thing I'm getting for you guys is Rise, Iris, and Source. What this means to me, the Rise card is rise spiritually, okay? There is so much more in what you are that is not about what you're doing. It's not about the physical things that you do. It's not about even who you see yourself as. You are much more than that. And the Iris and the Source, you know, all this combined is just telling me that you need to look at yourself the way Spirit looks at you. You look at yourself with limitations. When you look at yourself as Spirit looks at you, you are without limitations. You are more than what you plainly see at first sight. And all you need to do is shed those limitations to become yourself in all that you are. The source of your power doesn't come from the way you look. It comes from the power that you have inside of you. So they're asking you to step into that power. They're asking you to rise. They're asking you to understand how much is inside of you that you are not using. That is the first thing that Spirit is giving me the message of. Dragon. Wow. Courtship. Transform. I mean, this is very clear. And for some reason, they're telling me you're very focused on the way you look. You're very focused, if it's not on the way you look, it's in how appearances are, how you are perceived. You know, you want to control how you are perceived. And they are saying you don't need to control how you are perceived. You need to become who you are. And you will be what you are. The dragon is an elemental force. The dragon is always talking about doing what you need to do to protect yourself, doing what you desire. The dragon doesn't care to hide who he is or how strong he is. He knows that's who he is, and it's not even about pride. It's about the reality, the raw truth of who you are. And to be accepted, to be loved as who you are, that is the kind of people that you need to attract. The people that see all that you are and embrace you. So if you're waiting for a sign, to tell you what to do, is Become who you are, and the right people will accept you. You don't need to court others. You don't need to court others, and to be courted, you don't need to become what others want. You need to become what you want. You need to become who you are. That is going to be the basis of your attraction. Transform. Forget about being, the right kind of pretty. Forget, even if it's in the way you behave, in the political correct way to be, forget about that. Become who you truly are, because who you truly are is beautiful. It's spiritually beautiful, and it will enhance you. Allow yourself to transform. My group ones, you are hiding who you are in hopes that somebody might love you. That is not what you need to do. The prestige that is coming from you, this is incredible, because it's talking about a rebirth. The transformation is talking about a rebirth. Why? Because you're going to shed everything that is not aligned with who you are. And what's going to happen then? That prestige that you're so scared of losing, they're saying that is a burden to you. That is the burden that you carry. The burden is in the crown. That is what I'm getting right now. The burden is in the crown. You need to let that crown go, and then the burden will leave. You'll be free to move. You'll be free to do as you need to do. Again, Orenda, the card of spirituality, enchanted. The magic that you are looking for is in everything that you are. Do not deny who you are. This incredible thing of Orenda is that it reminds me of a sacred clown. What does that mean? If you see truly blessed spiritual people, we are all spiritual, but those who are very intensely connected with who they are, they don't take anything seriously. It's almost as if they have no edges. It's almost as if nothing that people do will bother them. That is where their boundaries are. That is the miracle of holding a spiritual crown. The spiritual crown is not something that you see, it's something that you feel. It's in the humor that you find in how Spirit teaches us a lesson. It's in the humor that you find in yourself, in not holding yourself so seriously. Enchanted is talking to me that that's the magic of the crown. The crown that you're holding right now, even though you may be doing things because you feel like it's spiritually the correct thing to do, is what people want to see. That is an enchantment. That is an illusion that will vanish. Okay, look at those hands. And even it's drawn in a cartoon. That is something that will crumble. That is not something that will shine. Water. There's a reason you picked the water. This is about your emotions. Your emotions about what you need to do, which is who you are. It's almost as if only part of you is showing who you are. The other part of you is being hidden underneath the water. And your emotions about this, your emotions about how others perceive you, even that, if you see this water is not clear, there's no image. There's not a whole image of who you are, It's almost as if this facade, if you don't truly stand into your own truth, is going to crumble either way. But it's the way that crumbles that will be beneficial or not. Crumbling will always be beneficial, because things that are not real cannot be sustained. But you can make the process difficult, or you can make the process liberating. You can make the process smooth, and that is going to be your choice. That is going to be your choice, because your choice is whether you step in this willingly or not. Power of attraction. And this is reminding me of the dragon. The dragon and the courtship. This is the main issue. You need to be accepted for who you are. That is going to attract the right people around you. whether it is lovers that you want, or soulmates, or friends that you don't need to hide from. Your power of attraction will be in becoming what you want to attract. That is going to be your power of attraction. This is your sign. Let go of what expects you to change to be able to be around them. Let them go. It's not that you are leaving, it's that they will not be around you anymore because they will not resonate with who you are. And that's how it's supposed to be. But the good news about this is if there's no one around you like that, and you want to attract people who love you and accept you, then become who you are. Don't hide who you are to fit in on somebody else. Become who you are. Let go. Let go. This is not permission to do as you please and hurt others. This is not. But it's an understanding that we are in an ever-changing cycle of transformation, and who we were yesterday is not who we are today. And you need to accept who you are today to become who you can be tomorrow. And people are going to be with it or not. But you're going to attract people who accept who you are if you decide to accept who you are. And that is going to be your main power of attraction. So remember that. Remember that and stand in who you truly are. Accept the ironies of life. Accept that spirit has a sense of humor. But it always gives us exactly what we need. I hope this message helped you guys and gave you the sign you were waiting for. This is for our group ones. If you liked this video, please subscribe and press the notification bell so that you get notified when there are more videos from my channel. Also, please comment. I'd love to hear your story. It really gives me satisfaction to see how this resonated with you. Like the video if you liked it. Share it if you think it's going to help somebody else. Let's build this community. So give me ideas to what videos you'd like to hear about, what you'd like to hear. I will keep on making videos, but maybe there's something that you'd like to know. I will cater to your questions. So just let me know. And thank you so much for being here, guys. I really, really appreciate you. And I just love the support. Thank you very much. Also, follow me on my Facebook. I have a Facebook page that is, everything is in the comments. I have a Facebook page. I have a group that I build a community on. And I do lives, so come see me on the lives and get read. Just be around. Don't get lost. Thank you very much. Welcome to my group 2s. For those of you who chose the Fire Huntress, the message for today is, the question for today is, what message will give you the sign that you're waiting for? So this is, it's not really a question, it's a statement. This message will give you the sign that you've been waiting for. We're going to use both decks. And this is my ETA Oracle. Very interesting. So let's start, guys. Slumber. Rainbow. Burden. This is so interesting to me. This is just telling me that right now you are asleep. There is something that is sleeping inside of you. What is sleeping inside of you is your shadow self. The part of you that you don't accept. You're keeping it locked. You're trying to keep it undercover. You're in a way you're rejecting it because you're keeping it hidden. And this is a great burden to you. This is something that is eating you from the inside. On the outside, it's almost as if you're love and light, but that's not how you feel on the inside. And what they're saying is, you try so much to hide this part of you that it's eating you alive. The rainbow, the shiny part, the part that, shows that everything is okay, it's melting. It's melting and it's being overdriven. And this needs to be fixed. Her eyes are calling my attention a lot. It's almost as if this sensual, lovely, beautiful part of her is on the outside, but inside she's crying. And you can see the inside right here. The eyes, the box. Don't hide. Even your feminine part, don't hide it. Your sexual desires, don't hide them. There is a reason why they're there. They are part of you. Those are heavy crowns to wear. Raven Master. This is very interesting. This is very, very different. What they are saying is in the, the slumber, the burial. I don't know how to say that word. I know what it means. The Raven Master. Communicate. Accept that there is a dark part of yourself that needs to come out. The burial for me is almost as if it doesn't come out in a healthy way, it's going to bring you down with it. So you need to choose. You need to choose what you want, Iris. You need to choose. You need to choose if you want to hide that part of yourself or if you want it to come forward. Iris, to me, is very interesting because it also talks about the eyes, about being seen. Again, this is very similar in a way to the other message because it talks about being seen for who you are. But this is not about the outside only, it's also about yourself. You are not trying to see who you truly are. You are denying who you are. You're only looking at the parts of yourself that you like. And you think that you can control the parts of yourself that you don't like, but you don't understand that the parts of yourself that you don't like are you. They are still you. And they need to be expressed. They need to be accepted. That's the only way that you're going to be able to live with them peacefully and not fight over them. And that is not what you're doing. Empire. Wendigo. This is so interesting. This is much darker though than the other option because it talks about the shadow self, the Wendigo, the woman that is in pain. You are self-destroying yourself because you're trying to build something. You're trying to build something that you cannot build without your shadow self. You're trying to build something shiny. You're trying to build something solid. You're trying to build something important. But half of you can't build this empire. What does that mean? Using half of yourself will not be able to build this empire. You need your whole self. You need your dark and your shadow and your light to work together, because your shadow will tell you what it is this empire that you want. You want to know what you want? Ask your shadow self. Why are you so unhappy? Because you're not accepting that there are things that you want that maybe you don't like that you want them. Why don't you like something that you want? It's okay to want whatever it is that you do. Don't deny yourself what you want. But first, you need to know what you want. You need to accept, this is what I want. It almost reminds me of relationship with money, you know? It's okay to want money. People have demonized it so much, especially in the spiritual community. It's okay to want money. There are things that you do with money that are not okay, like selfishness, like self-absorption. But that's not okay with money, that's not okay with anything else. But don't blame that. Don't blame what you want. Everybody wants to have their needs met, to leave somebody for your children, to enjoy the fruits of your work. That's not bad. And this is what it's saying. Whatever it is you want is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that you want money. I'm just using that as an example. Whatever it is you want is not a bad thing. But first you need to accept that it's okay to want it. Fidelity. Be faithful to who you are. Okay? These are crones. For some reason, crones to me speak of self-sacrifice. You know, of shedding their feathers very painfully, but there's something very valuable. But they do it themselves. And it also talks about a lover, because I do believe that cranes, they mate for life. So what this is telling me is that you need mate for life. It's like two opposites. You need to be faithful to yourself, all of yourself, not just the parts that society accepts. The part that it doesn't, you need to be the one to stand up for the part that society doesn't accept. You need to be the one that accepts yourself first. If you don't say, this is who I am and I'm okay with it, then nobody else is going to be okay with it. Why would they? If you're embarrassed, if you're afraid, if you are ashamed of that part of yourself, then of course everybody else will share in your shame. But if you look at yourself and you say, this is who I am, and I'm a work in progress, and I'm okay with it, then nobody else will be ashamed of who you are. I just feel like I need to keep on going. That's the source of your power. You need to grow into that crown. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. This is a process. But you need to be strong in your desire to grow into your crown. You need to be strong in your desire that one day you will be worthy. You are already worthy. You just need to see it. And it's a work in progress. Yeah, I don't know if I'm worthy because I'm not who I want to be. That's okay. That's good that who you want to be is in the future. You just need to grow into it. First accept who you want to be and then start working into it. And you will grow into that crown. You will grow into your power. Do it for everybody who is like you. Don't just do it for yourself. Do it to prove that it can happen. That is what they're telling me. And step into your power is, again, this is a very feminine power. Because even if you are a man, because this is about becoming who you are, not because you tell the world or the world tells you, but because you accept it to yourself. You tell yourself that you're okay with it. And it's not something that you need to scream to the world. It's something that you need to scream to yourself. It's an inner ceremony. It's finally being okay and comfortable in your own skin. I believe that that's the end of the message. Let's see what the Sacred Oracle has to say. Inner trust. There you go. Inner trust. Trust, and look at her light and her shadow. They're together. They're not for the world to see. That's for her to know. She doesn't need everybody else to see who she is because she knows who she is. And that is the message. Trust yourself. All of yourself. Trust that who you are is who you need to be to go on your path of who you want to become. Put that all in one. That is the message. Choose yourself. Choose yourself so that others can choose you as well. That is the message for my group 2s. If you like this message, please subscribe, like my video. Tell me why you liked it. Tell me how it resonates with you. I would love to hear that. I really do. It gets me really excited. Tell me if there's any question that you have that you'd like to hear about. I will cater to it. And look me up on Facebook, Tina's Tarot Readings. It's in the comments. You can find me there. You can come and join my lives, get a reading. I have a community group that you can join, and me and several other readers can give you free readings. And not just that, if you like to read, if you'd like to learn, join the community. That's the perfect group to learn to read. There's lots of mentors, there's lots of help, and there's lots of people eager to be read. So thank you very much for being here. I really do hope this message resonated with you, and see you next time.